YouTube channel. This is the world premiere. Got a couple videos out, just some basic riding videos, some footage that I've taken over the years, but this is UCM Pigs, and I'm the bagger on a budget, and I hope you like the content of my channel. Motorcycle enthusiasts, maybe just like you, that's why you're checking this out. And what I've done over the years is, you know, I've had motorcycles throughout my life, and I've started with dirt bikes when I was a kid, and moved on up to, you know, street bikes as an adult. And a few years ago, well, 10 or so years ago, I got my first Harley Davidson, which was something that I always had a dream about. So we'll save that for another video. I'll talk about bikes and the different bikes I've had, but what I'm currently riding is a 2016 Ultra Classic. I've had this bike for about 2 years, and I like to take road trips, and I just like to ride my motorcycle. I try to ride it as much as I can. I'm fortunate that I live in a part of the country where the weather supports that. I live in coastal Virginia. If you're familiar with Virginia, the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area. I actually live a little closer to the Carolina state line. But we have pretty good weather here. I try to ride every day, at least to work or just to run errands and stuff. And then one of my favorite things to do is just get out like I am today and just take a nice little ride. It's a beautiful Saturday here, and warmed up just a little bit. We're in the 50s, so light jacket, riding. We've had some rain, but it's a good day to get out and ride. I also like to get out and take some road trips. So some of my older videos that I just put together and threw up on YouTube here recently is just a few road trips that I've taken. I've gone to Sturgis. I went to Sturgis for my first trip in 2018 for the 78th Rally. And that's the kind of things I want to talk about, is, you know, a bagger on a budget. A lot of people associate riding, you know, Harley Davidson, especially large baggers, to having a lot of money. It can get kind of pricey. So I don't do that. God bless the people that can. You know, I wish I could, but you know, I have a life. I work for a living, and not saying they don't, but you know, this is a hobby for me. This is something that I enjoy. I've been married for 27 years. Got 2 sons, and you know, not only a budget of money, but you know, it's budgeting your time as well. And I don't want to take away from my family in any ways to support this hobby. So I just wanted to get out. I started, you know, I've been, you know, especially during, you know, recent times with COVID and stuff, watched pretty much everything on Netflix, and started watching a lot of YouTube content, and stumbled across a lot of the moto-vloggers, and I really enjoy watching that. There's a lot of fantastic moto-vlog channels out there, everything from comedy type stuff, or you know, just informational, to, you know, people that just get out and ride and review equipment and so forth and so on. So it's really nice. I enjoy watching it, and I figured, you know what, I've got a lot to say about, you know, riding motorcycles and some experience doing it. So why not maybe share some of my stories? You know, maybe some people will watch, maybe they won't. I don't know, but you know, hopefully you will. Hopefully you're like me, and you'll enjoy some of the content I put out. I'm just out today. I had a little time. Everybody's out, and figured I would just take a little ride and introduce myself. So kind of some of the things I'm going to do, like I said, we're going to talk about bikes, talk about some of my travels, things I've learned during my travels, how to go on a road trip such as Sturgis on a budget. I took that trip in 2018, like I said, and I kept my total expenses under $2,000, actually way under $2,000. I think I was right around $1,500. So did a lot of camping, packed a lot of my own food. I stayed away from the bars and things like that because, you know, for me, I'm not the big party guy. You know, I enjoy beer just as much as the next guy, but it wasn't really my thing. I was more out there for the experience and for the rides. So it depends on what you want to do, you know, and you, of course, budget for it. Some products, you know, I've done some things to this bike. When I bought it 2 years ago, it was bone stock. It's one of the reasons I got it. It was pretty much unmolested, and gave me a blank slate to do what I want. Perfect example, this little windscreen that I'm sitting behind. The Ultra Classics come with a tall, clear one. I didn't really like that. I didn't want it to look like your grandpa's bike. I wanted a shorter, I wanted a smoke screen. So it's a little 7-inch screen. I found this one on Amazon, 27 bucks. You know, you can order one similar to it, you know, from someone like Clockworks or something and pay, you know, a couple $100 for it. I figured for $27, what do I got to lose? If it lasts me a year and I have to replace it after a year, I'm still less than what one of those products would be. So we'll see how it works, and hopefully you'll follow along and we'll watch the progression. Today we're out just taking a ride. We're back here. This is what we call the Hickory section of Chesapeake, actually going toward the Pungo area of Virginia Beach. A lot of rule, a lot of, you know, this part of Virginia, a lot of people don't realize Virginia Beach is the largest city in the state of Virginia. However, most of it is rural, where there's the ocean front, the strip with all the hotels and the beach and stuff like that. But most of Virginia Beach is this. It's rural, it's farm. Here in this area, it's known as Hampton Roads or the Tidewater area. You'll also hear it referred to as the 7 cities, because there are 7 cities that pretty much bump into each other: Norfolk, Chesapeake, Hampton, Newport News, Virginia Beach, Suffolk. There are several cities that all kind of just run together. So with that said, the city of Virginia Beach is about the size, for example, where I grew up, of a county. So a pretty good sized city out here, and like I said, a lot of rural areas, a lot of great places to ride. So you know, if you hang out with me and you hit that subscribe button, you'll know when I'm going on a ride, because that's my goal. Is I want to talk about riding. I want to, you know, review products, but I want to ride when I do it. So not so much about, you know, putting my face on here. Maybe I will. I mean, you're seeing it right now, if this camera works, if this camera switch works. But, you know, I kind of just want to get out and ride and talk about motorcycles, because that's what I like to do. Speaking of that, you know, this helmet, I'm really hoping you guys can hear me. Again, bagger on a budget, all the way down to my video gear. This video gear I'm using, it's all secondhand. This GoPro that's on my helmet is relatively new to me. Now, it's not a new GoPro, it's just a Hero 3. I found it on Facebook Marketplace. Got a fantastic deal on it, and ordered my mount through Amazon. And the mic I'm actually using, I stole it from another vlogger's idea. Her Two Wheels, I'll go ahead and plug her if you don't know what she is. She has a fantastic channel. It's an Xbox mic. It was 10 bucks. So hopefully the quality comes out okay. This is a new helmet also. I'm going to do a review on it. I absolutely love it. It is a Biltwell Gringo. I was looking for something a little more safety, but also that looks good. So this one caught my eye, and again, another video I want to do is I want to do a review of this helmet and talk about the other helmets in my arsenal and what I like about them, what I don't like about them, so forth, so on. But as far as this one, I absolutely love it. But if you notice, it's an open windscreen, so hopefully we're not getting a whole lot of wind noise here. We'll see when I get home and I start editing this video. But that's a little bit about me. It's a little bit about my channel. Hopefully you'll subscribe. Please do give me a like. I don't know how often I'll get to do this, but every chance I get, I'm going to try to make a video and talk about something, especially if it's something that is neat to look at. For example, next month we have a little bike week coming up, the Outer Banks Bike Week, down there in the Outer Banks of North Carolina. I live right above North Carolina, so the Outer Banks is pretty much my backyard. I'll be taking a ride down there and checking out the vendors and what's going on at the Outer Banks Bike Week. So I'll take you guys along with me. And if you've never been, you live close by, it's a cool little bike week to go check out. It's sponsored by the two of the local Harley Davidsons, Bayside Harley Davidson over in Portsmouth, Virginia, and then their sister store, Outer Banks Harley Davidson, down there in the Outer Banks. So they do a pretty good time out there. So we'll be checking that out. But anything like that, that's me, that's the ride. Please enjoy it. You guys be careful. You guys be safe. Keep the shiny side up, and we'll talk to you later.